look who it is. That's right, it's me, Vicky Creedle, and welcome back. Now, today is a big day, and I'm super excited for today because the movie Paper Towns came out in theaters, and I am so excited to see that movie because I read the book, loved the book, just didn't love the ending now, but I'm super excited to see it. And I already kind of have plans to maybe see it twice, which I'm so excited to see it. And I already saw Fault in Our Stars and read Fault in Our Stars, one of John Green's other books and movies, and loved that. So I know I'm just going to love this movie. I already loved the book and everything. So yeah, today is a super exciting day. Now, this video is for all those sad people starting high school. Now, as you all know, or if you're new, then welcome, but I just graduated in high school. And so I have some advice for those starting high school because I just went through high school. And I know some things I should have done in high school that I didn't do. And I want to share those with you guys, the incoming freshmen. So here it is. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is there may be a day. It's either a week before the actual official first day of school, or it's either a couple days before the first day of school. I don't remember. But if your high school does this, then there may be a day where all the freshmen go to the school and they have like groups they get into, and they go to classrooms and they have mentors, and the groups are set up by your last name in alphabetical order and stuff, and you get in this classroom and you have mentors, which are some upperclassmen or sophomores, and they like show you around the school, they give you advice, and you get your lockers and your planners. And also you get a t-shirt, and you get take a big group picture with all the other freshmen. Now, you don't have to go to this day, you don't have to go to do this day, but I recommend you do, because the picture you take with all the other freshmen gets put in the yearbooks. I recommend you go to this day, and also you're going to be getting a lock-on planner this day, so I do recommend you go to this day, but it's not mandatory, so you don't have to go to it and everything. So that's only if your school does that, and not, and that's okay. Now, my first piece of advice is for picking your classes for high school. Now, if you have to take a language in high school, it's mandatory, but you only have to take up to 3 years of the language. Now, I took Spanish, which was a horrible decision, because if you're bad at a language, do not take Spanish. People may say it's the easiest language to take, but do not take it. Whatever you do not take it. Unless you took it in middle school, then keep taking it. But if you haven't started a language yet, then do not take Spanish. Take Latin. Because the thing is, in Spanish you have to do speaking tests and stuff, which are not easy. I'll tell you that. But with Latin, you don't have to do speaking at all and everything. So I recommend you take Latin instead of Spanish in high school. Now, my other piece of advice about picking classes is if you've taken all honors classes in middle school, then continue taking honors classes in high school. And if you've taken regular classes all through middle school, then take them through high school. Now, the big part of advice for this is, even if you take an honors class all through high school, or even if you take all regular classes all through high school, you'll still get a good GPA. Because the thing is, people that take a regular class could end up with a higher GPA than the people that took the higher level classes. Now that doesn't, I'm not saying don't take honors classes or AP classes, but what I'm saying is, even if you take a regular class, you still have a higher GPA than someone that takes tons of AP classes and all the honors classes. Because colleges don't look at if you took a regular English or honors English. They just look at your GPA. Now, my also thing about taking the honors and regular classes is that it doesn't, no, what am I going to say? That even if you try taking an honors class your freshman year and it doesn't work out for you, that doesn't mean you're not smart or anything. It just means that you couldn't handle how much work it was to just take a regular class, regular English. And that doesn't mean you can't take honors the next year. You could just take the honors over the summer for the freshman English, and then you can take honors in the next year, sophomore year. because that's what my friends did. They did not do good in honors English. I think it was their junior year. So then they just took regular the next, no, let me stop you there. They took honors English the one year, don't remember what year, and then they didn't do good in it. So then they took regular and everything, and they did good in it. But then they wanted to take honors the next year, so they took English over the summer, and then they could take honors English the next year. So you can do that. Now, out of picking classes, here's some other advice. And my first piece of advice, well, my advice is the first day of school, you have your schedule for school, and if your school has A days and B days, which basically means that you have certain classes on one day, like one day you can have English, theater, and science, and then the next day you could have history, math, and PE. So you basically have certain classes one day and certain classes the other day, whereas maybe in middle school you had all your classes one day and everything, but in my high school we had A days and B days and stuff. So what I recommend you do with your schedule when you get it is highlight the different days, like highlight the A days and say yellow, and then highlight the B days and let's say pink. That way, when you have your first day of school, you'll know which class to go to and not accidentally go to the wrong class. Which I did my freshman year. I went to the wrong study hall and I was so embarrassed and everything. But I did get to the right study hall, which was good. I was just embarrassed and everything, but it was okay. So don't be like me and go to the wrong class on the wrong day and everything. So remember to highlight your classes on A days and B days so that you know which class to go to which day. And now my other piece of advice for the first day of school is to have a cute first day of school outfit. Now, my piece of advice for this is if you have A days and B days, you can have 2 first day of school outfits, which I never had 2 first day of school outfits. I only had 1 because I didn't really think about it being that you could have 2, because the thought process is that on A days you'll have certain classes, right? So you might have classes with those people that day, but then on B days you might not necessarily have the same people in your classes that you did your A days. So you could have two first day of school outfits. Now, my next piece of advice, it all goes to my last one, which is for your first day of school outfit, wear something cute. Wear a dress or a skirt, or if you want, wear pants. But if you're going to wear a skirt or a dress, then, and if your school has a dress code like mine did, then it has to be fingertip length. Now what that means is if you have your arms down and your hands by your side, and if your dress is shorter than your fingertips, then you can't wear it. Or if your skirt's shorter than your fingertips, then you can't wear it. Or if your shorts are shorter than your fingertips, then you can't wear it. So just be self-conscious of that, because you don't want to get in trouble your first day of high school. That does not leave a good impression. And also, if you're going to wear a tank top, make sure it's 3 fingertips, which means you have a tank top and you can put 3 of your fingers on the strap, then you can wear it. And also, at my school, you can wear flip-flops, so wear flip-flops if you want your first day of school, if it's warm enough. Now my next piece of advice, I'll say, can be for I recommend for freshman and sophomore year, which is your freshman and sophomore years, get the best grades that you can. I mean the best. Get straight A's if you can. Get A's and B's if you can. But get the best grades that you can. Because I'm going to tell you, your junior and your senior year are your hardest years. Well, your junior year is your hardest year. So I recommend and want you, obviously, to get your best grades your freshman and sophomore year. Which, I'm not just saying get your best grades those 2 years, get your best grades all through high school, but try to get your best grades in your sophomore and freshman year. That way, when you get to your junior year or your senior year and you don't do so well, you have those grades your freshman and sophomore year to help you with your GPA. so it doesn't get too low and everything. Because my problem was my junior year, I did good, but I could have done better. And my struggle was always math, because I always did bad in math. So my other thing is, if you're bad in one subject like math, try to get like A's and B's in your other classes, so your GPA doesn't go too down, because you have one class you may get a D or an E in. Like I did in math, even though I tried really hard, I just didn't do good in math, because I'm not good at math. So try to get A's and B's in your other classes, so that if you get a low grade in one of your classes, then it won't do too much to your GPA and everything. Now, my next piece of advice is for homecoming, which is one of the dances in high school you probably are expecting to go to. Now, homecoming I went to, and it was fun, but my school didn't do much with decoration and didn't have much food for it, so we didn't do a whole lot for homecoming. But I do recommend you go to homecoming your freshman year, because homecoming is mostly, I think, is mostly for freshmen. So I recommend when you're a freshman, go to homecoming, experience it. You may not like it, but it's actually a good experience to go to. And I went and I liked it, it just wasn't the best it could have been. But yes, I do recommend you go to homecoming, but I recommend you go to it your freshman year. Because sophomore, juniors, and seniors don't really go to homecoming. I mean, some sophomores and juniors and seniors do, but it's mostly for the freshmen. So I do recommend you go to homecoming. And I also recommend you go to at least one, or you can go to more, it's totally up to you, go to one homecoming game. Because you'll get to see the floats for your class, like your freshman class float, sophomore class float, and all that. You get to see the float that your class made, and you'll get to see which float is the best and which one wins, and you'll get to see who wins homecoming king, queen. So I do recommend you go to at least one homecoming game, but if it's anything like my homecoming game that I went to, which was horrible, because I actually did a freshman club, my freshman year obviously because it's freshman club, and I helped make the float. Well, it didn't really help make it, but I was there all the meetings, so I got to ride the float. But the first thing we did was we rode the float through the neighborhoods around my school, and it was raining, so it got all wet. Our posters we made when we sat on the float, our posters got all wet, and so you couldn't read them. So that was the first horrible thing that happened. And then I went to the game, and it was so cold. Oh my god, it was just miserable. So if it's like mine, then don't go to homecoming that year. Go to another year, which I did not do, because then the next year it was just pouring down rain, which was not good. So yes, try to go to at least one homecoming game, and try to go to at least homecoming once in high school. Now the next thing I'm going to say is, and this is for, not really for the freshmen, because I'm also going to give advice in this video for non-freshmen, but the freshmen can have this advice. But my next piece of advice is for a ring dance, you don't have to go to ring dance. I know you want to, but you don't have to. I mean, you can if you want. And another thing is, you don't have to get a class ring. Like, I never got one because my mother says nobody wears them and everything, and some of my friends got them, but I kind of agree with my mother. Not a lot of people wear a ring, a class ring from high school. I mean, college, yes, but high school, no, because they are really expensive. So if you don't want one, don't feel bad. You don't have to get one. And you can still go to the dance even if you're not getting a ring. But I was going to go to the dance, but I ended up not going and everything, and I did not feel bad for not going. So you don't have to get a class ring, and you don't have to go to ring dance. Now, my next advice is for at lunch. At lunch, you can make new friends and sit wherever you want in the cafeteria, because it's not like in elementary school where you had to sit with your class and stuff. No, it's not like that. It's not like in middle school where, well, actually it is kind of like middle school's lunch, only the cafeteria is a lot bigger in high school, so you can sit with more people and stuff, and you get to sit with all your friends. But the thing is, if you don't have friends with you in your lunch, that's okay. Maybe you can eat in your classroom and do schoolwork, or maybe you can bring school with you and do schoolwork in the cafeteria, or you can read, which is what I did. If I didn't have friends in my lunch, I brought a book with me and read, because you know I love to read and everything. But you can also make new friends for lunch so that you can sit with them. Now, my biggest piece of advice is, if you don't have friends in your classes, then that's okay. You can make new friends, because all through high school, I didn't have any friends in any of my classes. I did lunch, like my freshman and sophomore, junior year, I had friends in my lunch period, but I didn't have friends in my lunch period, my senior year, but luckily I had my sister, so that was good. But if you don't have friends in your classes, that's okay. You can make new ones, or you don't need friends in your classes, because the bottom line is, you don't need friends to do good in your classes. I mean, it's great to have friends in your classes, but you don't need friends in your classes. And now my other big piece of advice is, if you get into a class and you don't really end up liking the teacher, then don't do bad in a class just because you hate the teacher. Because I know people, my brother, yes I have a brother, if I haven't mentioned this before, but yes, my brother, he actually has hated some of his teachers before, and that caused him to have a bad grade in the class because he didn't try in that class. So my advice is, if you do not like the teacher for your class, then don't just do bad in that class because the teacher's bad, or you don't like the teacher. Still do good in the class. And my other thing is, if your teacher you have isn't good at teaching the material, then you can always go to another teacher and ask them to explain the stuff to you that you're learning and stuff. So you can always go to other teachers if you need help with your work in one class if your teacher isn't good. Now I have two more advice for you guys. My second to last advice for you guys is to join a club in high school. And this goes along with the making friends advice, because if you join a club in high school, then it can be easier for you to make a new friend, because you'll have people that are interested in the same thing as you. And this is probably common knowledge, but yes, join a club in high school because it'll help you make new friends, because those people in that club will be interested in the same thing as you. And high school has tons of clubs. Like my school, they had theater, they had horseback riding, they had environmental club. They just had tons of clubs at my school, which I did not join any of the clubs in my school, but you can. So I recommend, if you really struggle making friends, which that was me, then join a club, because it'll help you make friends easier. Even though I didn't join a club and I had trouble making friends, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to join a club. And my last piece of advice, and this is for all grade levels, and then yes, this is mostly for freshmen though. Not freshmen, I didn't mean to say freshmen. This is mostly for the seniors, is go to your prom. I know now you might not be thinking about going to your prom, and you may not want to go to your prom, but yes, go to your prom. You'll regret it if you don't go. Like, what happened with my sister was, none of her friends wanted to go to prom, so she ended up not going. She ended up going to DC with her friends instead of going to prom. But I recommend you do go to prom, because it is so much fun. Like, if you've seen my prom video I put on here, then you saw how much fun I had. And it was tons of fun, because you get to be nominated for prom king and queen, if you want to, that is. Because the way my school did it was, they had a raffle and stuff, so that it wasn't some people voting for who would win. It was a raffle, so it was random who won, which I thought was really nice. And we had tons of food, and then we got our picture. We could get our pictures taken, but you had to pay for those. But I did get my picture taken, and my picture looked really good. So I looked fabulous on my prom day. But yes, I do recommend you go to prom, because you get to dress up in a very pretty dress. You get to do your hair very pretty, get your nails done, get a tan if you want, and you get to look so pretty. And you'll never get to do it again. Like, after high school's over with, you won't get to go to prom again, and unless you have like a friend that is about to go into high school, no, not going to high school, about to be a senior, then yes, you might be able to go to prom with them. But it's not going to be the same because none of your friends will be there and not the people from your class will be there. And you'll really miss not going to prom because prom's actually the last time you'll get to hang with those people in your class, like the senior class. This is the last time you get to hang out with those people. So I do recommend that you go to your prom. Now, my quote for this week, my dance video, because as you know, I recommend a new dance video every week. My dance video for this week is, and I want to get the name right, because I just looked up this video, and it was at a dance competition, and then these people came in first place, and where is it? Here's my quote. Here it is. And it's called the Back to School Inspired School of Dance. And it is these kids came in first place at this dance competition for the mini and junior hip hop. So I do recommend you watch this dance video because it goes with the theme of this video, which is school. And this video is actually good. I watched some of it before I recorded this video because I just watched it right before I recorded this video and everything, and it is really good and stuff. So I'm going to put the link for this video, this dance video, in the description box down below. Now my quote for this week is, take it all, one day at a time and enjoy the journey. And also I have this other quote I want to share with you guys, which I found on here. So I'm actually going to do two quotes on here, which I don't know if the second one is a quote, but this can also be like advice and stuff for all high school students. So it's called High School, How It Works, aka the best 4 years of your life. Wrong. It's actually the biggest learning experience of your life. Right. Freshman year. It is not terrifying or like anything you see on TV, which is true and nothing like you see on TV. Do not try and be friends with everyone, because that will never work out. Everyone hates the freshmen, so don't act like you're better than everyone, because you're not. Because at my school, everybody hated the freshmen, and some of the upperclassmen played a prank on the freshmen, but like saying that we have a pool on the upper level of our school, which we do not have a pool, and walk on the right side of the hallway stairs. Don't walk in packs, and stop screaming. You'll see your friends at lunch, which that is a big thing. Now for sophomores. Sophomores, this year contains a lot of drama, which is true. Actually, no, at my school, when I had a lot of drama with my freshman year, not my sophomore year. Anywho, let's learn to drive. Which you don't have to learn how to drive your sophomore year. You'll learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Don't know what that means. I should, because I learned about that, but don't know what that means. Freshmen are annoying. I hope I wasn't like that. Which I was like that. I was probably one of the annoying, well actually no. I don't think I was annoying when I was a freshman. But when I was a sophomore and I saw the incoming freshman, I was like, God, I hope I wasn't like that. Now on to junior year. SATs, and it gives a slash through them. Because SATs are the worst for sophomores. Which I recommend for sophomores that you study a lot. Like, I recommend you either study a lot in the summer and before your SAT. And I also recommend that you take your SAT more than once. Chemistry will consume your life, which it is true, chemistry does consume your life. And if you have a teacher like mine that was good, but was like too hard, because she like taught the stuff, but it was like the way she taught it wasn't the best way to teach it. And her tests were like super hard. I recommend you study a lot for chemistry, or get a tutor like I did. You have to start thinking about college, which is true. My junior year, I had to start thinking about college. So all the counselors would be like, oh, what are you doing for college and stuff? So they'd keep asking me that. Please stop asking me what I want to become, what I want to be, because I do not know. Which for me, I didn't know what I wanted to be my junior year, and that's okay. junioritis is real, which I don't think junioritis is real. Like, I never even got senioritis. So maybe you'll get junior and senioritis, who knows? You find your group of friends. That is kind of true, but not really, because I had all the same friends all throughout high school. Although I did make three new kind of friends in high school. So yes, you will find your friends in high school and your junior year. Because my thing is, the friends you make your freshman year and possibly sophomore year, you may not be friends with your junior and your senior year. So I will agree with that. You will find your group of friends your junior year. Now on to your last year, senior year. College applications equal college acceptance letters. The feature is out there. Which, for this, I recommend you do early admission for all the colleges you want to go to. That way, you have a sure thing of getting into those schools, even if you have a bad GPA or SAT, you have a better chance of getting into those schools you want to get into. Why am I still here? That's why my friend graduated early from high school, because she thought she didn't need her senior year, which you kind of don't need your senior year, because you take all the classes you need your freshman, sophomore, and junior year, so you don't really need to have a senior year, but you do. Still, I think you should graduate early, because you'll miss out on things your senior year. How long until I graduate? Which that's what I kept thinking, because I took really easy classes my senior year, so I didn't really have to like try that hard. But I kept thinking, when am I going to graduate? I'm so done with all these kids. Senioritis, which I never got senioritis, but I know a lot of the kids got senioritis. So I tell you not to get senioritis, because it might affect your grades and stuff. So I recommend you do not get senioritis, or try not to. And last everything, prom, class trip. Which prom, recommend you do go to. Class trip, it just depends upon what your class trip is. Like mine had like a senior class trip, which was not that good. We just went to like Six Flags, which I did not go because I did not like roller coasters. That's all Six Flags is. But if your senior trip is actually really good, then I do recommend you go. And last, graduation. Finally. Which graduation is a huge deal. So have fun at graduation. Look your best and just be prepared for graduation. So that was it. That was my last quote, which wasn't really a quote, but yes. So I hope you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope that this video helps you if you're in high school or you're just an incoming freshman.